2 or game 3. And for now, Rogue, he's on his side of the map, just continuing to power up on 2 bases. He's up to full 2-base saturation now. He's going for a Spire quickly behind this relatively fast lair. And I think this plays pretty well against what Maru is going for.
Okay, he's going to come up here for a little poke. We have that Banshee Cloak coming out here now. Let's see how good the deflecting is going to be from Rogue. And we've got, you know, the Spire, the Baneling's Nest, and a lot more Lings coming out here. So Rogue's going for that classic battle style TVZ, looking for a fight on the map. The Hellions are going to come forward here. The damage distribution's been pretty even right now, although Maru's going to try to target that one Queen on the side. The Lings coming here to tank, but only for a moment.
More Lings reinforcing right now. Queen's trying to retreat back to safety.
Rogue is so good, by the way, at just kind of balancing this HP and still not losing any drones. The Queen's now going to damage this Banshee. Cloak's almost done, though. There is an Overseer here. A couple more Lings are going to hatch. I got to say, Rogue with, I think, almost literally perfect defense.
Yeah, it's about the bare minimum amount of units Rogue needed to defend.
Yeah.
And it's just exactly what he brought to the table. Able to deflect that attack quite well. And the Hellions right now, they're low enough on HP that I don't think Maru can risk going for a dive on the 3rd base anymore. And so a little bit of the pressure right now is off Rogue. And with the first Mutas also getting onto the field, I think these Banshees are going to struggle to find any damage at all. I say that and Maru still finds his way to just will 3 drone kills. I do like him spotting the Spire and then immediately deciding just to trade out the Banshee.
Yeah, I mean, you might as well. You're like, this isn't going to have any purpose for much longer here. You know, when you see Rogue defend like that, I think some people might go, well, I mean, it seems like he barely held it off, though, right? Well, that's kind of the point, is you want to get as many drones out as possible while just having enough to hold off their attack. That means they're going to be in a better position later on. So that's very, very different than, let's say, him shutting that down, but then having, you know, 15 drones less because it's all Lings or, you know, more Queens and stuff like that.
Yeah, but Rogue has been investing a lot of resources specifically into Lings and Mutas. You would think that he might be trying to leverage that defense, that almost bare-bones defense, into building up a bigger economy, but instead for him, the priority seems to be getting as many Mutas out on the field as possible. Keep in mind, Maru, he did go for 2 Rex Reaper. Those are not Marines. They do not shoot up. And then he went into Reactor Hellions, which also do not shoot up. And so there isn't a lot of anti-air here for Maru right now. He has to rely on turrets and a main base and the 3rd base here. And I think also the natural expansion. And with a small number of Marines like this, I mean, I think this is literally all of the Marines that Maru's got on the map. If Rogue can get on top of them with the Zerglings, suddenly there's no more anti-air.
Okay, he's doing a great job. And when you take these Marines out, yeah, as you were saying, State, these Mutas suddenly look a lot stronger. He's picked up some of them. He's on the run now. But these Mutas are going to reign supreme right over this production area here at the entrance. The Ling's going to go into the main. He can take even more Marines out here if they come out of that barracks.
This is a huge problem for Maru. The Marine count very low right now as Rogue's been able to find the trades that he wants. Able to pick up some add-ons here, the natural expansion. Only 5 SCVs get taken out up to this point, but there's more Mutas than Marines right now. We have 18 Mutas to 14 Marines, which is just ludicrous.
Yeah, and he's going to get even more. He's getting air attack for the Mutas. That's about halfway done. Going for the E-base. These are not upgrading, but they're certainly not going to be upgrading later if they're killed off. And Maru, I got to say, you know, he's been so destabilized. He's going to basically abandon really defending his base and instead go for a counterpunch. This counterpunch has to do real damage, if not kill the Zerg, or I don't think he's going to be viable in this game at all.
1-1 is now done for those Marines as well as combat shields, so they're going to be much more formidable versus those Mutas, but there's still so many Mutas. Baneling's now in production. More Lings getting produced. This is a tough position for Maru to push into, right between all the reinforcements from the main base, the natural expansion, and the 3rd. With Baneling speed done and Flyer attack level 1 about to finish, I really like Rogue's position. You just see how many Marines are getting picked off by Mutas. And it's not even a trade. Rogue just keeps taking wins, and now he's going to push in. Mutas focus fire down. The siege tank, the Banelings find the connections with the Marines on top. Does Maru have enough Marines left to continue to push through, though? For Rogue, most of the firepower, it's in the sky. We have 19 Mutas, 7 Banelings, hardly any Lings at all on the map. It's all about the Mutas right now for Rogue.
Yeah. I love the turrets here.
Whoa.
It's kind of a cool way to at least give you something to try to fight these Mutas. The problem is the Mutas basically escort the Banes in. Oh, hold on a second. He's got a decent amount after that. I thought that did a little bit more damage than it actually did. He's going to go for the hatchery. The hatchery's going to go down.
This is a wild composition that Rogue is playing. It is so Muta heavy, but now Maru with basically a pure Marine composition pushing into natural expansion. I'm not sure Rogue has enough on the ground to actually deal with this. He's going to pull the drones, but 1-1 Marines are just going to chew right through those.
Oh, you can see Rogue shake his head for a second. He says, oh, this is not quite working out. I don't know if there's Banes under there. I can't quite see.
1 or 2.
Now, again, the Mutas, they're getting thinned out, but ultimately Rogue wins. The question, though, is that what do you have left over after this? He's down 2 bases to Maru's 3. You would think that you would be able to just produce your way through this as Maru and just continue the just continue to rally forces. And, from there, it's not even just about 2 bases being down, it's 2 production facilities for Zerg is gone. I think Maru's going to win this game.
And Maru has pivoted his army composition so well. First, those missile turrets anchoring the push. How often you see missile turrets put at the base of the Zerg's natural ramp to try and assist a push? Hardly ever. Stop siege tank production, instead goes into reactor widow mines. Everything that Maru is doing now is focused on one goal, and that is to deal with the Mutas. We even have Thors in production here for Maru. He knows this is the one risk. And those Banelings looking to find the best possible shots. They want to get a really good connection on another group of Marines.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is Maru is just getting bigger and bigger as far as army supply. It's 88 to 52. And there's a point where you're going to have so much on screen that, it doesn't matter how many Banelings you have. By the way, he only has 2 Banelings. So, I mean, this is not a moment where Ling Muta can overwhelm. Small groups of Marines, you can do that too.
A big army like this one set up, it's hard to take the fight here as Rogue. With the few Banelings he has, he gets really good connections on those Marines, but still, for Rogue, it's almost pure Mutalisk right now, and those Widow Mines make it near impossible to dive in and try and get the trades that he wants.
GG. Wow, beautifully done.
That was an awesome game.
I love that game. I'm totally inspired by Maru's play there. I mean, first of all, Rogue was beastly in that early attack. I mean, the way he handled that, and he knew exactly where to hit, which was the Terran's weakness.